We're starting this afternoon in Lower Manhattan. That is where a judge has denied Daniel Penny's request to drop the involuntary manslaughter charges against him.
Yeah, he's the Marine charged with choking Jordan Neely to death in the subway last May.
Arthur Sheehan is live outside of New York County Criminal Court. Arthur, what's the very latest?
Well, it is that this was a dismissal hearing. It was filed, the order to dismiss, or the request to dismiss was filed by lawyers for Daniel Penny. And as you pointed out, that request was denied here. This is pretty much what people who've been following this case expected. What was less expected was what happened afterwards outside the courthouse as a handful of people followed Daniel Penny and chased his car down the street. This is what it looked and sounded like. Daniel Penny was back in the Manhattan Criminal Courthouse here at 100 Center Street today for the next stages in this case. He has pled not guilty to involuntary manslaughter and criminally negligent homicide. Those are the two charges he faces in the choking death of Jordan Neely. It was back on May 1st of last year on an F train that Neely, witnesses say, was in a clearly agitated state and threatening passengers and throwing things around inside a subway car. Neely himself has a history of violence and arrests, including unprovoked assaults. It was at that point that Daniel Penny placed Neely in a chokehold, and maybe key to this case is the fact that prosecutors allege Penny held Neely in that chokehold for about 6 minutes, even when Neely stopped moving. Now, Neely was homeless at the time, but his father was at court today. A lawyer for his father calls the judge's decision not to dismiss this case a victory.
Now, this was a win for Jordan Neely. It's a win for Andre Zachary. It's a win for Jordan's family. It's a win for the people who stood on that subway platform and stopped the trains from moving. It's a win for everybody who stood up for houselessness, for mental health, and said that they matter. Because Daniel Penny thought, and his attorneys thought, that the judge was going to say Jordan Neely didn't.
Now that this case moves forward, the lawyer for Daniel Penny asked for something that caught our eye in court. They said in the autopsy report that synthetic marijuana was found in Jordan Neely's bloodstream, although that autopsy report does not detail exactly how much was found in his bloodstream. So the request here by Daniel Penny's lawyer is that the blood be retested to find out exactly how much synthetic marijuana was in Neely's bloodstream. By the way, they will be back here in court on March 20th, and the judge says as for when the trial might begin, he indicated that it could begin as early as fall of this year. That's the latest from the Manhattan Criminal Courthouse here in Lower Manhattan. I'm Arthur Sheehan, Fox 5 News. Bianca, Chris, back to you guys.